Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, this is big. If you wondering if you're not getting the proper amount of money from your savings account, this is huge. Where CFPB sues Capital One for $2 billion. Okay, now here's the thing about it: how they played this. All right, let you misled customers about high interest accounts. So what they did is called a switcheroo. Okay, they'll sign you up for an account, right, with a low interest on it, right? Then they would switch the product, right, that's supposed to have to give you more interest on your savings account. They would switch the product to charge you more fees, but they would not give you that actual interest rate. All right. And so this is why the CFPB is actually suing them. Okay. And so looking at it, Capital One legally deceived consumers, and Capital One violate the Truth in Savings Act. So there's a Truth in Lending Act for when you borrow like loans and credit cards and stuff. And then this is the Truth in Savings Act, right? Represented by 360 Savings Account. Now, where this 360 Savings Account, all right, used to be this company called ING. So Capital One bought them out. All right. So when they bought them out, they renamed the product the 360 Savings Account. Okay. And so again, they were um, selling people this product with a higher fee for savings account, but they was giving them the lower interest rate. And so that's the reason why they are suing them. And I'm going to show you something else about CFPB that a lot of people are not aware of that's going to help you out, maybe put some money in your pocket. So hold on. All right. And so one of the nation's top, best, and highest would earn much more interest than the average savings account, right? So they're promising you that you would get a higher interest rate. All right. However, this is where it gets good so you can understand. Capital One misrepresented to existing consumers that its 360 savings account was and would be its only 360 highest earning savings account product with the features, terms, and conditions of 360 savings, and obscured from those consumers its newer, much higher interest 360 performance savings accounts. Okay, so again, they're selling you one product, charging you a higher fee, and the one that actually earns you the higher interest, they're pocketing the money. One secret that most people don't know: instead of putting your money in a savings account, you can just go do what they're doing. If they're getting a higher interest rate, if they're giving you 4.5%, right? What they're going to do is take your savings account, not only just loan the money out, but they're going to do something else. And let me show you what they do. This is what the banks do with your savings, right? So you put your money in a savings account. They may offer you point something, right? And you're thinking they're giving you a real good rate. But what they're going to do, they're going to come over here to the Treasury Department and they're going to buy these here bonds, right? And you can buy these bonds anyway, and most people are not aware of. That's the reason people say, hey, don't put your money in a bank savings account, because all they're doing is going to buy these here bonds. Now, depending on if you need a savings account or something like that, something that's short term or whatever, it may be so you can have quick access to it. But if you don't need the money right away or whatever, so they have like 6 months, they have a year, even longer, right? So they're doing the same thing with your money that you actually can do, right? And so they have two rates that the bonds give you. They give you a fixed rate and an inflationary rate. Okay, so they're going to give you two different rates. So why even put your money in a savings account? Now I know this is talking. We're talking about the Capital One situation or whatever, but I just want you guys to know that when you go to the bank to put your money in a savings account, just remember that you can go over here to the government, Treasury Direct, and you can buy those same bonds. You can buy them the same time. And so many people, again, not even aware of this. And so they even let you compare. in terms of like the two rates, right? So the EE bond is 2.6 and then the I bonds is 3.11. So they actually give you a breakdown in terms of what you're buying and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I said, this here really points out that people are being misled have always been misled by the banks, because the banks, they're making money twice off of you. Okay. One, when you put the money in the bank, right, they're charging you a fee to keep that money. Then they're going to loan out that money. Then they're going to buy bonds with that money and then charge you a lower interest rate. So they're charging you a lower interest rate plus charging you a fee, right? So they're making money off of you. And again, this is what they did to a lot of their customers. Now, in terms of, does this say that Capital One is a bad bank? Well, hey, all of them are deceitful, even credit unions, right? But at the same time, just so you all know, is why they're suing this here company. Now, there's something else. You want to know, okay, am I on their list? Will I get any of this money? Right? And so what happens is when they do a civil penalty fund, okay, when they do this civil penalty fund, this is through CFPB, they go here and they're going to start listing all of the companies. So you may already probably have some of these cases that are going to be penalized and stuff for checking accounts and for gym memberships, all kinds of things, right? And so this here list actually tells you what's going on. Are they in the process of being sued? Now, here's the thing that may change. With Trump coming in office, all right, companies like this are big pro Trump. Okay, banks are big pro Trump because he's going to actually, I would say, restrict more of what the CFPB can do to companies and stuff like that. Remember when he was last time he was in office, he was actually trying to shut down the CFPB. He was actually trying to shut it down. All right. So that's the thing about it. So in terms of what's going to change, again, when he comes in office, don't know what priority this is of his, but I'm pretty sure it's on the list. You have a lot of financial institutions that are doing dirty work, okay, but at the same time, with him in office, they have enough lobbyists to pay. All right. So remember, even like with Lexington Law, for some of you guys that was doing like credit repair and stuff like that, through Lexington Law and stuff, and then they changed the name to creditrepair.com or whatever. Then they were sued. So you may be entitled to some of this, right? This is money that's in these here funds that you're not even aware. That's the reason I always tell people, hey, you need to go into this victim compensation and stuff like that. So it actually tells you, right? Gives you a number and stuff like that. So if you ever use Lexington Law, then hey, I would reach out and see what it is I can do. See if the time frame has changed in terms of, do you qualify for a payout. But this is exactly how it is. These are open cases. These are ongoing cases, right? And then these here are the closed cases. And so that's the thing about it you have to think about. So like I said, you can reach out to them. They have the credit report, debt collections, all of these things that the CFPB does that people are not even aware of. But that big one with Capital One, 2 billion, we'll find out. That's what they're suing them for. We'll find out what they actually settle for. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in the next video.